Good morning, good night, good evening, and today we've got a ship review for you. We've got Cossack. Cossack, the Tier 8 Premium British Cruiser, or British Destroyer. Now, this is one of the best this is probably the best British Destroyer in the game. The only one I would rate higher than this, I would rate this as being one of the, it is one of the most competitive too. So, let's get right into it. So take off these, 5% to credits, 55 to ship XP, 65 to commander XP, and then 100% with the clan. Okay? Armor-wise, nothing special. 19 millimeters along her side, and basically 13 millimeter superstructure. Not much, practically nothing for armor, like most DDs. Survivability-wise, 18,000 max. Artillery-wise, she gets 8 120 millimeter guns and 4 turrets. So she's a gunboat. Now, specs on the ship: 5-second reload, 5-second switch time without gun feeder, 9-second 180, 97 to max dispersion, 12-kilometer range, 1700 max damage to HE, 8% of fire, 20 millimeter armor pin, so she'll pin most destroyers your face. 808 velocity, max AP damage 2100, and 808. Now the AP, I would only advise using it 5 kilometers or less. So suicide range, basically. Torpedoes, she gets 1 quad mount torpedo tube right here. Now, the torpedoes have basically 6-second 180, 60-second reload, 10-kilometer range, 17,000 max damage, 62 knots, and a 1.3-kilometer range. Okay? So these are very decent torps. And these also single-fire launch, like all British destroyers. So you have that ability. Depth charges. Now, these are in the back, so you gotta go over the sub, unfortunately. So, max damage of 5,000. You get 2 charges and 8 bombs and a depth charge. So, 40-second reload time. So, you can fight subs, but it's going to be hard. AA-wise, you got nothing. You got, 2 quad mount guns. Then you got, some pom-poms. Continuous damage 52. 2.5 range. Yeah. You're best just staying dark against CVs. Don't even try to fight the CV. Use your stealth. Maneuverability wise, 36 knots, 610 for your turning circle, and a 3-second rudder shift. Very respectable. Concealment wise, 5.5. Fully built. You outspot kids. You outspot you practically outspot every DD you face. With the only one really tying you would be Japanese destroyers. So, Kagero does outspot you by like 0.1. But if it's a Kagero, you can gun down the Kagero. You can push the Kagero and get him off the cap. Kagero has to run from you. You don't run from the Kagero, unless he has radar support. If there's no radar support, you push the Kagero and you kill him. But you have amazing concealment. For equipment-wise, main armaments 1, engine room protection, aiming systems, steering gears, and concealment. For her consumables, she gets repair party, 7 charges of short burst smoke, 4 charges of engine boost, and 4 charges of hydro. Okay? For her camouflage-wise, this is what it would look like for if you didn't have the alternative one. And then you get this one, which is very pretty. Now, if you had the opportunity and you wanted to pay 2,000 doubloons for the Cossack, that's what it looks like. But I think if you get the alternative one, this one looks the best. For the build, this is my daring captain. So, he's not fully maxed, okay? But I run preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, superintendent, concealment expert, adrenaline rush, and AA in main battery for the reload speed. Okay? I'd have to see how many points I still have on him, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's only like 2 more points. I think it's 19 points, I believe. So for only 2 points, I would take consumable enhancements personally, because that's the whole gimmick of the ship is guns and consumables. If you wanted to basically make it better, you could do main battery in AA for longer range and consumable enhancements. If you wanted to just farm battleships at range and just shoot them and pester them, you could do that. But that build I showed you will work better. But let's get into the replay and I'll show you how Cossack does it. Hello and welcome back to WOW's Operation Replays. Today we are bringing a ship I have been wanting to bring you. And again, this was also done on the Twitch stream. We're on my favorite DD map. If I need a DD and I need to get good footage in it, this is the map I come to. Cossack. And today we're bringing you Cossack. So we're divvied up with Voron again in Enterprise, Glenn and Scharnhorst, Jin and... what was Jin in? Guneyes now. And I'm in a Cossack. Now we have divvied up together with a King George, a Mains, and a Z-31. Now, I don't play Cossack that much. I really should, though. Again, I did this on the Twitch stream, and one of my regulars, Rogue Hero, was, like, glad to see the Cossack getting some love. And I was, glad to bring it, because I had wanted to get some good footage and make a review on this ship. Now, again, Voron, really good player, very good in his Enterprise, basically knocks out that Nicholas's health. Nicholas starts turning away, laying the smoke screen. Voron puts more torps down. Misses the Mahan. But, he's going to get torps on that thing. I have no doubt. 1, 2. I knock out its engine, I think. The Mines manages to get the Mahan. And you see the Z-31 is coming out again with me. So that's something you don't usually see that often, are 2 DDs going out here. You might see them if I'm with my friend Cap and we're in a division together, but a random and everything, you don't usually see them. Now, Cossack does have the ability to single fire her torps, which is a trait of the Royal Navy battleships. Or Royal Navy destroyers. I wish the Royal Navy battleships could single fire their torps. Oh, wait. I think they can, actually. But anyway, I drop all my torps on the New York and get a DCP on his fire. You see the torps from the Z-31 are going out. Now, Z-31 torps are ridiculously slow. The thing plays more like a bloody cruiser than it does a DD. But you see, all of his torps are going in, and they're all going in on the same target that mine is. And my torps just hit him dead center and basically go blap. Now, he literally wasted all of his torps. I don't know why he did it. So it's unfortunate. Like, yeah. I drop 2 torps on the New Mexico and shoot the rest at the Wyoming. I don't really know what happened to these Wyoming torps, though. Now, you see the mines hasn't really moved. The mines actually, and I didn't notice this, because I was too busy trying to shoot and play. Apparently the mines DC'd or just something happened to him. He went bye-bye. Again, Volrum's going after the Dallas again. He is a third of his health. I missed that second set on that Torp, which is annoying. I don't really know what happened to the Torps on the Wyoming, though. See, that's the thing I have a problem with single-fire Torps. I feel like they're not as accurate half the time. Volrum picks up to see the Dallas. He is about half health. But he's still got plenty of health. And you can see that the Z is legitimately right behind me. He is literally following me like a puppy dog. I think he realizes that he knows. I think he knows what I'm doing, so he's following me. Now he is shooting AP. He's playing it like an AP cruiser, which he should be. Now I do pick up the New Mexico, and Glenn picks up that. The DD pops. They pop literally right in front of me. I pop my smoke, my short smoke, and basically at this range just blap these Omahas for literally all their health. He drops his Torps. But remember, these are slow-firing Torps. The Torps are slower. I can fire faster than this Torps travel. Like you see, it's right there. And I pick it up literally right before his Torps even get there. But he does pick up that one. But you see, I literally have a faster reload than he does. So for every one salvo he shoots, I shoot more. That was 40 Citadels. That jumped my damage almost up to 200,000. And he's waking up the Raptor again, like you saw the first time. And I thought, well, let's go with him. But then I decided not to. Again, you can see that the Mains is AFK, so he's not going to be much help for the rest of this match. So we're down, so we only have 6 ships. The Mines is still useful because he'll be cannon fodder for, well, the team. So he still has some use. And it's basically just, giving ground, waiting, and waiting, just to see what happens at this point. While randoms have a constant maneuvering of battle, and that's one of the things that's nice about randoms. You don't have to just wait. But it's also nice to have some downtime in between your actions. But Cossack is a very capable destroyer. I wish it was a carrier, but it's a very capable DD. And I swing around because, well, we don't know where the whiskey's going to happen, so I turn around ready to help. And Jin's coming out, so I want to be wary and I want to help him. I don't want him to die.
Commanders, transport aircraft have arrived. Proceed to evacuation. Protect the aerodrome until embarkation.
And you can see that the aerodrome is literally coming right near me, and so I know they're coming south.
Support for attack aircraft.
Engine boost activated.
And I dropped a full set because, you know, I've done single fire torps on these guys, and it never works out 95% of the time. I do get a torp for around 15k, and plus the fires, so we're up to, our damage is just climbing at this point. We pick up the Omaha, Foxtrot 2. We have AP loaded for the Pincy. With the fire and with our flood on him, and our AP will just slap him silly. And we pick up Foxtrot 1, the Pensacola. We're up to 232,000 now. And we're at 8 kills. And yes, the Pensacola is shooting me, and it is a little worrying. And it's like, not too worried. And I don't recommend charging a Pensacola. Although you can dodge the shell, is pretty decent. It's just about wiggling. But eventually the wiggling and your ability to, you know, miss does go down. The Z picks it up. Pop my smoke. I just drop a set of torps. I just wanted to see if they would run into him. And I just start unloading on these DDs. I pick up Whisky 2 or Whisky 1. The Colorado picks up the AFK mines that was, well, gone. So it's literally just this one DD left that's on for Whiskey. And Mr. Enterprise Volram just slaps it. And I decided to go get some more health. Just because I figured it would be a good thing. And I mean, you know, like, we've got 358 hits, 9 fires, 9 kills, 6 torps, 41 Citadel hits. That's pretty damn good. Plus, we're at 41,000 spotting damage. If you want to rack up XP, just free XP like crazy, throw in a couple of green boosters, do the strategy, and you'll be raking in the free XP like crazy. And I'm trying to shoot the Pincy because I know I could go for the Colorado, but I'd rather shoot the Pincy because that opens up the AA bubble for Volram and his Enterprise. Just weaken it just enough so he can basically get his planes in there without losing too much damage. Enterprise is a good ship, but even it has limits.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And I decided to go help the Z. I figured they could kill the the Colorado on their own. I mean, the guy has only like 30,000 health. There's 3 battleships here, so I figured they could. Now the Z does drop his torps. It wasn't the best armed torps, because remember, this thing is a cruiser. It's more of a cruiser than a destroyer. And let's be honest, its torps are not the best. They work great from point-blank range, but other than that, I find them kind of mediocre.
Designated targets destroyed. Nice work.
I do need to have more practice firing single-fire torps. I really do. I'm not the best with single-fire torps. I do better with full racks than singles. Again, the DD has... Since the Z came in, he baited all the radar. So I can just smoke up. He basically took all the radar. That torp that was meant does get the DD. So it wasn't unintentional. And you can see that the Wichita just goes right by it, which was slightly irritating. I was kind of hoping the Missouri would take him, though. I do pick up the Farragut, and I get natural selection, and we're at 11 kills.
Engine boost activated.
I'm rushing to drop these torps on this battleship before he goes dark, and that's smoke. Fortunately, he shot, so he's still detected. I do pick up that Wichita, and we have 12 kills. And it is slightly scary. I get around 48,000 from my torp hits. His engine's gone. I pick up a fire, but the battleship just takes it. That should have been my kill. But 365k in a Cossack. Really impressive with 12 kills. I mean, I'll be honest, I was very surprised by this. I mean, 41 Citadels and a Cossack, 12 kills, 365k. It's a pretty good amount.